Hello, Ninja fans, and welcome back to the Ninja Mania Head-to-Head World Championships in Danbury, Connecticut. This course has been epic for the last 2 days, all designed by our man in the back, Ryan Tanner. He has been an absolute legend, making not just this head-to-head course, but the head-to-head test course. He has been working nonstop, several iterations of this course to make sure it is dialed in perfectly for the best head-to-head athletes in the world. And we have had epic runs all day long, all weekend long. And you can see here we've got the teen female division coming up next. They are making their way through the course, making sure they know every single move and obstacle. It's going to be an epic time, and we are super excited to be bringing it live to you. I am William Schlager, joined in the booth by our own legendary coach, Jackson Erdos. Jackson, can you talk us through the way that this course format works?
Yeah,
Or the
for sure. So
qualification
yeah,
the format,
so
yeah.
this format is going to go through double elimination. So we're going to start off with all of the athletes in the winners bracket. If an athlete loses a match, they're going to go down to the comeback bracket. So they're not eliminated after your first loss. Your second loss in the comeback bracket results in your elimination, and the last remaining athlete in the comeback bracket is going to face the winner bracket champion in the final round. If the comeback bracket champion wins, then there will be a final reset match, which will occur since both athletes now have one loss. All of these athletes have gone to a regional championship across the country. There have been two in each region, so they've all had their fair share at going to these head-to-head comps, and only the best of the best are here. So it's going to be a really good time. Okay, Will, how you doing?
I'm doing awesome. My first commentary of the day here. I got to hop on for the preteens yesterday, and it was absolutely electric. And I'm excited to see more from these athletes that we have here today. You can see the qualifiers are sort of all nationwide. So these athletes are coming from coast to coast to really bring us some of the best races that we're going to see from this age, this division. And let's get into some of the obstacles here. We've got non-ascending steps, which is just, sort of some straight agility type obstacles. The peg climb now, where you see the monkey bars are going uphill, just like in the last few divisions. Step and soar, a little bit of a lower body, upper body mix type of obstacle. The sonic curve, just a couple of steps in a row to get you to turn around, give you a little bit of a challenge. There's some tricky landing situations there that I've seen so far this event. The glide and grab is a nice little ring slider type obstacle into some agility with the rolling log and the edge of glory, a cliffhanger obstacle. Super fun. I love seeing grip challenges in the middle of these sorts of races because it can really get in your head and sort of challenge these athletes to the next level. And finishing it up with the loop slide, the turbo rollers, the legendary turbo rollers, bringing them back. I wonder when we're going to see them rolling full throttle. And of course, the aerial alley, a nice little lachey finish for you. Out of these obstacles, Jackson, where do you think we're going to see the biggest decision making in terms of time differences for these athletes?
Yeah, for sure, Will. I think, judging by the young adult male division, we saw so much division on the Edge of Glory and the Aerial Alley, specifically the cliffhangers, because we saw so many different techniques. Some people jumping all the way to the second one, some people skipping a couple of the bars on the Aerial Alley, and just all around, just throwing crazy moves. I kept talking about um, like your hip placement on all of these obstacles because you could link something, but someone could link something a little quicker just by a foot difference of like where your hips are. But what I was telling Kane in the last commentary in the last week is that this competition, despite being a speed course, it's always going to come down to your endurance on this course because some of these athletes are going to run 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 times. So we never know what's going to happen until the very last run because your first time could be your fastest time, and then your last run, you might not have any gas in the tank. So it's going to be super curious to see how people do towards the later half of this competition.
Definitely. We start getting into recovery is a big thing here. Now, getting into our field here, we've got a bunch of talented athletes coming up. I'm looking here at our top seed, Skylar Awalt, grand champion, height of 5'4" and a wingspan of 6'1". I think that means
Wow.
that's a 9-inch ape index. That reach is going to be an absolutely huge advantage on this course, being able to reach things that no other ninjas might be able to. Skylar's been doing Ninja since 2015, so 10 full years of Ninja experience. She's on A&W Junior. She's, of course, the grand champion ranking here. So absolutely huge. I can't wait to see what she's gonna bring. And next up, we have Riley Hunt. Take us through her real quick, Jackson. What do you see?
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right, we
Riley
are
is an
ready to
absolute
begin
beast.
with
Whenever
our
I'm going
first
to WNL
coach. So
competitions,
as the
I
Skylar
always see
on
her at
court,
least on that third place, maybe
following
even the
that, we're
first
going
place
to
podium.
our first
Also
race with
have a
Riley
grand
and
champion power
Ella.
ranking, and along with that, has some hometown advantage because she's one of the many athletes training out of Ninja Mania. She's 5'4", weighs 95 pounds, and she started Ninja in 2018 with her favorite format being the challenge course. But one thing to point out is that this course format today is also a challenge course. So who knows? Maybe might appeal to that. But we are going to get started actually. Looks like we have a ghost run with Skylar on the course right now.
That's right. So being the top seed, Skylar basically has an opportunity to run the course so that she doesn't have a disadvantage when she runs against someone that's already had a race. She is going to be making these moves maybe a little cautiously when you're running first with no pressure on the side to side. I like to feel out the obstacles as best I can, and we can see she's bumping her way through these donut holes and quickly making her way onto the rolling log. Now, here's that cliffhanger. Let's see. Are we going to see some of these links that we are expecting from these athletes moving forward? Not quite yet. Going for that conservative approach. I like it. Like I said, you want to eye up all your distances so you don't make any mistakes when it counts, when you're against another person.
Yeah, it's definitely curious to see how people do on a ghost run because there's different strategies to whether you want to book it all the way or just try and play it safe and figure out the course. But Skylar's going to get that full clear with a time of 54 seconds.
All right,
Definitely
and
Uh,
that
with that, we
sub-minute
are ready
time.
to jump into our
That's pretty great
races.
start,
We have
honestly. Now,
Riley
looking at this course,
sorry,
what do you
Riley
think we're going to
B
see for a
in
top
the
time out
red
of these
lane and
athletes?
Ella in the blue
Yeah,
lane.
me and Kane were making predictions in the last one,
Lola
and
and Maeve
I'm going to
moving
give
up
you that
next.
answer in exactly 2 races because I want to get very exact. So
Mmm.
we're going to pass on that question until we can see some more times because I don't want to get it really wrong. You feel me?
I understand. Definitely. Now, here we go. Riley Bishop on the right-hand side, Ella Magnuson on the left. The winner of this race will go to the winner's bracket and face off against Skylar in a race coming up shortly. Now, Riley Bishop, super strong athlete. She's a little on the shorter side, so there might be a little bit of a height disadvantage, but ooh, Ella taking an early
Ella
fall
taking
on the
the fall.
longer obstacle. That's
Yeah,
going to
you
be
really
one
don't
that,
want to fall on the end of some of these obstacles because getting all the way might waste you so much time if you fall that dismount. But Riley
oh,
having to take a fall on the first slider, or I guess she's just sliding back. Oh
yeah,
no, she
it's one
did
of those
take the fall,
obstacles.
so I guess we're gonna see what
Oh.
happens.
She can't take another one either. She's going to have to build her momentum on the slider. It looks like it might work out this time, and it does, but it gives Ella the
Ella
room.
taking the lead.
That's it. That's it. And now we're going to come down to the grip. Okay, that is Riley's second fall, so she really needs to lock it up here. She cannot make another mistake. Got to be absolutely flawless through the rest of this run and doing it at a deficit. She looked like she wanted to link that cliffhanger right there, and it's going to take a one-swing advantage over Ella coming into the last stretch here. It's still anyone's match.
Yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen. Only 20 seconds left on the time
Oh,
as well,
no.
so
And there's Ella's second fall, but you can see they had her go back, and Riley fell off of her finish platform. Unfortunately, that will be the end of Riley's chance to stay in the winner's bracket, but it's not the end of her dream to win this event. She can still make her way back up in the comeback bracket. It's one of those things where you can see her speed is still absolutely there. It's just a matter of getting to the end of the buzzer.
yeah, great runs out of both athletes.
Yeah, and you can see right here, Ella just running out of gas. That's what you were saying earlier. The endurance is such a huge aspect of this, and not just your ability to breathe, but your
Next we
muscular
have
endurance is
Lola in
super
the red
huge
lane
too.
and Maeve in the
You got to
blue
be able to
lane.
try and get both done.
I want to take
Well,
our
great
attention to
race.
this next race with Lola in the red lane and Maeve Murphy in the blue lane. Both incredible athletes. Lola training out of Ascend Obstacle Fitness and Maeve training out of Ninja Mania, I believe. Such a strong athlete on both sides. A
Definitely.
little bit of a height.
I believe maybe it's actually Grit Pleasantville here, but that's
Oh,
all
I
right.
take it
Still
back.
a similar, a great gym up here in the Northeast. But you're saying, there's a big height advantage here. Maeve does have the reach, which on static obstacles is huge, but on Lincoln Lachey's, that can sometimes be a little bit harder. And you can see here Lola having to take that same backswing Riley did to build up more power on the slider. I think it's a little hard for these shorter athletes to get the momentum they need.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely curious to see what's going to happen on these later obstacles.
And you
Lola,
see the
super
girls.
explosive athlete.
Definitely, and especially having the weight being a little bit lower makes these cliffs a little easier to hold on to. But Maeve keeping her slight advantage. It's really close. Maybe a 2-second swing. One more swing on one of these obstacles could absolutely make the difference. So Maeve has to lock this up. And Lola taking a fall on the turbo rollers is unfortunately going to mean that she has to go back. But linking through the last obstacle, that experience is going to serve her well in the comeback bracket. And we'll see more from both of these girls coming up.
Yeah, Maeve picking up the fastest time as well, so definitely curious to see
Eh,
what's going to happen later on in this course. I'm going to give my final prediction of the fastest
Yeah.
time being 54.76. Actually, I'm going to say 51.89 seconds.
Wow.
Really
50,
exact
you
here,
know?
but
I love it. 54.86. Okay, I'm going to go crazy here, Jack. I'm going to go with a 44-second
Come
time.
on, Claire. Come on,
wow.
Riley.
You have
Uh-huh.
you know what? I hope we get that time. Because right
All
now
right.
we have Riley Hunt in the red lane and Claire Danner in the blue lane, both coming out of next level, not next level, Ninja Mania. Sorry for the confusion. They're going to be running through this course neck and neck right now
Oh,
on
and the
these
home gym
UFO links,
advantage.
both linking it.
Absolutely. Now, what is the home gym advantage? Do you think there's like a big benefit to doing this competition at the gym that you train at?
Yeah, I think there's got to be some sort of comfortability if you're at the gym that you train at, while also knowing there might be a little more pressure because you're around more of your friends, more of the people that are watching you. So it's kind of a double-sided sword because on some side of it it's a good thing, but sometimes it might not be the best.
Yeah, sometimes you might expect something to feel a certain way, but then the court centers change it up on you. But here we go. Riley linking her way all the way to the buzzer. That is going to be a good clear from her, and Claire trying to short the difference here. I believe Claire did really well. I think she might have won, actually, her competition during the test comp last year, so definitely not out of it yet. Riley's fastest time 51, already faster than your prediction here, Jackson. Are you
Yeah,
regretting
I
that
feel like I just
54?
ate those words because wow, I was completely wrong.
I think
So
Riley heard you.
I'm gonna say a new time of 43 because I want to go a little bit faster than you.
I like it. And next up, Allison Bond, another Ninja Mania athlete. The Ninja Mania teen female division is absolutely coming out in style. And Sophie Starr on the left coming out of Jordan Warriors. These girls are both super fast. I've actually had the chance to train and compete with Allison in some of the Ninja Sport Championship events. And she's one of those athletes that's super good at committing to her ideas on the first try. So we'll see. And there
Yeah,
you go. You got a
Allison's
little
such an
underbar
elite
link.
level athlete. Training with some of the best, competing against some of the best. So excited to see what's going to happen on her runs today.
Looks like Sophie Starr might have taken a fall on the that sort of angled steps obstacle, but not letting it affect her, getting through it on the second try. Allison looking for her links on the cliff. This is definitely a tough one for these athletes. Looks like they might have made the distances a little bit harder, or the ledge size a little bit harder from the preteens yesterday. And Allison keeping herself on the block. I think we're going to see that dismount be a little bit of a mini crux for some of these athletes because it's just so narrow,
Definitely.
and you're on such a weird ring thing. And unless, yep, there it is. Allison finishing her links. That's going to mean that she moves on into head-to-head winners bracket. And Sophie is going to get herself through these cliffs. And she has really strong grip strength. Not even a little bit of slip on those.
Yeah, such a strong athlete on both sides right now.
Yeah, Sophie's going to finish this up, make sure that she gets all the experience she can. Like I said, this ring dismount, yeah, you can see it right there. It's taking you off to the side. I think there's a little bit of an angle between the dismount and the slider, which is increasing the difficulty of that maneuver. It looked like Allison was on her fingertips there on that PVC.
Yeah, really had to just send that last dismount because if you're on those fingertips, you could either peel off or you could peel off onto your dismount. So you never know what can happen.
All right, and we got the last run in the winners bracket right now. Ella Magnuson did her first run already against Riley Bishop, and she's going up against Skylar Awalt, our number 1 seed. Let's see how these girls do. Super quick through that big board, but it is anyone's match still. This is a tricky obstacle. Good sets from both girls, it looks like here. Skylar taking a slight advantage. And I love the ring slider into these donuts because you can see the athletes getting a little bit squirrely, a little bit side to side, and having to really control it. And there we go. Skylar starting to link through the cliffhangers. And we've got Ella coming up right behind, just one move away. Has to build up her swing, though, and that's going to cost a little bit of time for Skylar to get more ahead. And the grip.
Takes that fall on the cliffhangers.
Oh, and you see what I'm talking about with Skylar getting a little weird on this dismount, but she's waiting for her hips to come back around so she can line it up and not take a fall. I think that's a great decision-making from her. And here we go, finishing it up. That is Skylar once again getting through it. Not as fast as her last time, I don't believe. That was a time of 59 seconds. So I believe 51 is still the time to beat. But when you consider all the time she took getting her hips to come around right here on the rings, that kind of makes sense. And yeah, you can see there, Ella's grip just slightly giving out. I wonder if her chalk ran out already.
Yeah. Looks like we're starting, I believe we're last runner of the championship bracket, or we might actually be going down to the loser bracket right now. But yeah, I guess we'll see what happens.
This is the first one. These girls both had great runs earlier. Sophie Starr just recently ran, so we're talking about that endurance aspect affecting her. But she has a height advantage against Riley. But Riley was able to, I think, finish the course, and I think Sophie was unable to finish it, ran out of time near the end. So there might be a little bit of an advantage for Riley if they can both get to these last couple obstacles. And the girls are not letting up. Great dismounts from both of them off that link lane. And you see the sort of different techniques. Are you going to match the donuts, or are you going to be gibboning through them one arm at a time? I love these little decisions that you have to make. Sophie coming off the cliffhanger.
Sophie going for the link.
I mean, she's doing what she has to do to try to get the edge against Riley. And unfortunately, sometimes when you risk it, you don't get the biscuit.
Really poetic there, Will. It makes a lot of sense. Oh, but Riley taking a fall on the turbo rollers.
All right, this is Sophie's...
leaving some room for a comeback.
And here it is. The comeback is beginning, and the girls are starting on the last obstacle at the same time. It could be anyone here.
What's going to happen, Will?
This is where Riley
Edge of our seats.
Oh, man. Gets the link dismount. That is Riley's buzzer. Sophie literally one step behind. Incredible race from both girls. Sophie keeping the dream alive up to the very last swing. Congratulations. She really worked super hard out here. You can see right there the moment that Riley gave Sophie the room to start catching back up. But it didn't matter. She managed to lock it in. All right, we're coming back into the comeback bracket where we've got Lola Raucus on the right, Ella Magnuson on the left, Lola coming out of Ascend, and Ella coming out of Axios Warrior Academy. So both of these girls, super talented. Very excited to see how this race goes. You can see they're giving each other a little fist bump as they chalk up and get ready for this race.
Love the camaraderie in this division. I'm sure everyone knows everyone here, and it's all just, despite racing against each other, they're racing with each other, and they're just trying to have fun together, just trying to grow this sport of ninja with this new format, trying to make history, you know. This is our first head-to-head championship.
Oh, absolutely. You can see Lola last time, she had a little bit of trouble getting to that first donut, but locks it up this time, makes sure that she gets that grab in her first swing, and that gives her this slight advantage, but they're both on the same obstacle, and they're on the same part of the same obstacle. One, maybe two swings in advantage to Lola. Let's see if Ella can get through this. I think she might have slipped on the cliff once, but underbarring the last cliffhanger to catch up a little bit to Lola. These girls know how hard this little swing is to get the dismount. But Lola gets through, and she is on to the last sequence. And you can see back there, Ella unfortunately has to go back on the ring obstacle. And that gives Lola the room. That really
was. Time
of
54 seconds.
You know, the 42 and 43 might be a little bit difficult to... Or you said 43, right? I said 44?
I think I said 42 and you said... No, actually, yeah, that is what it is. You said 44, I said 44.
Oh, I think we might be a little overzealous here, but I'm sure we're going to see a sub 50. I'm confident in that.
Yeah, for sure.
And next up, this is the last one in the comeback bracket for now. We have Claire Danner on the right. Claire coming out of Ninja Mania. She is significantly taller than Riley Bishop on the left. So we're going to see just how that comes into play here. She's not going to have to jump for as many obstacles as Riley will. But talk me a little bit through, like, what are the advantages of being a shorter athlete on something like this, Jack?
Yeah, I think some of the fastest moves here and some of like the biggest. Sorry, I glitched out for a second. But we're just gonna move on because that was a whole
Yeah,
situation.
no worries.
But
Nope.
we got Riley and Claire going on right now.
Yeah,
Claire
Claire
took
got
a
that.
little bit of a lead at the beginning.
Yeah, she got that triple underbar on the disc. That is super huge. You can see her matching her way through. Looks like Riley is struggling to reach, but she's going for the given technique, which I think is a little bit faster. So we'll see if she can close up the distance. It's still anyone's race. It always is going to come down to these clips. We're talking about it. There's just so many different ways to do it. I know Riley is a grip athlete. I've seen her working hard on vertical limits, all sorts of different things. And here we go. They are coming in. Riley has to do a huge jump to get up to the ring slider. And Claire able to get herself through into the last Lachey lane. We'll see if Riley can make up the difference. And Claire not giving any room. Links all the way to the buzzer. And yeah, these turbo rollers giving Riley a little bit of trouble on her last two runs. They are so tricky. But you actually had a good time on the turbo rollers at Worlds last year, right? How do those things work?
Yeah, what I was telling Katie the last week is that the best way to do them is to have absolutely no idea what you're doing on them and just hope you
And with
figure it
that,
out
we move
because
back to the winner's
literally you could
bracket.
be
Up next, we
1 centimeter
have
off
Riley
and they
and
just spin out of
Allison in the blue
control. So
lane.
you kind of just gotta hope for the best and just try
Skylar
and step
and
as
Maeve are
close to
up
the middle
next.
as you can. It's definitely a challenge for sure, but I'm curious to see how the rest of these athletes are going to do in them, especially towards the later divisions and when they start to spin more and more. It's going to be an
Yeah.
absolutely insane obstacle.
All right, we're moving back into the winners bracket here. We got the two Ninja Mania girls, Riley Hunt on the right, Allison Bond on the left. We've been talking about it. Both of these girls are incredibly fast. And this is really it can come down to anyone. It looks like they're both going for a little bit more less of a static route there. Riley's able to get through it, but Allison getting her links through the discs, making up some of that ground.
About a second of a difference between these two athletes, but Allison shooting through a little more, able to get off at the exact same time.
Yeah, Riley got really fast through the second obstacle, but you can see Allison is able to make it up. But Riley linking somewhere where Allison was unable to commit. Those cliffhangers are such a tough thing to commit to. Riley had a perfect angle on that dismount. And they're making their way into the last set of links. Unless there's a big problem, that should be Riley's. There we go.
Both finishing a sub 50 with 46 and 48.
I
Getting
mean, that's
close to that prediction time.
yeah, that's the fastest 2 rounds we've seen today.
Up next, we have
For this
Skylar
division,
in
at
the
Yeah,
least.
red
crazy to
lane
think
and
that the two
Maeve in
fastest
the blue
times were in the
lane.
same race. That just shows how much they're pushing each
Starting
other.
this race will be
Yeah, I love to
Allison
see
and
it.
Lola.
This is one of those sports where yes, you're competing against somebody, but in the head-to-head, you're also competing with them. I think you were saying this earlier. It's a special thing where you get to have the people next to you supporting you and pushing you to be as best as you can. And next up, Skylar Awalt, our first seed on the right-hand side. Maeve Murphy coming out of Grit on the left. There's a little bit of a height advantage for Maeve here, but we talked about Skylar's 6'1" ape index, so I bet that'll help her out a little bit with getting these reaches.
For sure.
And it
You see
looks like
Skylar throwing those links at the beginning, a couple seconds ahead of Maeve.
yeah, it looks like Maeve maybe dropped to her hands and knees going to the dismount of obstacle 2, which wastes a little bit of time getting back up. And Skylar taking full advantage of that time here. Let's see if Maeve can make it up on the cliffhangers. Yeah, looks like Maeve could have gone for the link there, but she didn't want to risk it. It's a little bit scary to do something like that when you know that you can't take a fall because you have to catch back up. It seems to me for these girls that this last obstacle is a little bit of a victory lap. I don't think I've seen anyone not be able to link through that at the end there. And Maeve, unfortunately, again, a little hung up, has to come back and redo this last obstacle. But she is going to get through it, hit her buzzer, and she's getting the experience that she needs to be really competitive in the comeback bracket. And you can see it right there. These athletes support each other. They're good
And
friends.
with that, we
Love to
move
see the
to our
smiles
comeback
no matter who
bracket. Our
wins.
next race has
Yeah, still a sub-minute time, and then Skylar picking up a sub-50 time. Going into our comeback bracket, we're going to have Lola Rukas going up against Allison Bond, both insane and super strong level athletes. Excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I will say Allison does have that second fastest time right now. So if we consider her their past performances, in theory, she should be taking it, but maybe she pushes it a little too far and is unable to make all the same connections she did previously. I don't know. Anything can happen. That's sort of what I love about the head-to-head format is no matter how good you did on your last run, it's a new run every time, and you've got to make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, one of Lola's coaches does say that every course is a speed course. So the people at Ascend train a lot of speed. So we might see
Yeah,
some cool links. Who knows?
this is the place to do it right here on the cliffs. If she can get this clean, then she will pull back ahead just like that.
Yep,
Lola manages to
neck
shore up
and
the
neck.
difference. Oh, Lola got a little squirrely going for her ring. They both are.
Both
It's going to
taking
take
the
an extra
backswing.
swing. Oh, man. Allison skipped 2 of the turbo
What's
rolls.
going to happen?
That
Neck
was
and neck.
cool. No!
Oh, and Lola picks it up.
Oh, man. Allison had it all locked up. Look, she had a slight advantage and just couldn't get enough swing on that trapeze. And Lola took full advantage of that moment of hesitation and managed to come back for the victory. Congratulations, Lola. She is still in the running here for the championship title. Allison, great work. Still one of the fastest times of the day. Cannot knock that incredible run from her.
Not whatsoever. Super strong athletes, and goes to show that literally anything can happen. But next up, we got Maeve Murphy in the red lane and Claire Danner in the blue lane.
Yep, and they are making their way through. These girls both on the taller side for this division. We'll see how they manage to use that height here. No advantage or disadvantage in that regard for these two. They're quickly making their way through. Claire's got that advantage, and yeah, Maeve has to take an extra swing on the discs, which unfortunately is going to cost her a significant lead here. Claire just needs to keep it locked up, and Maeve is going to have to start making some risky decisions. I think, yeah, it looks like Claire's doing a great job getting through this. Just has to secure this dismount, and she does. Maeve has to commit to something different here. She's got to make
Maeve
something
going for
happen.
a couple of links though, so you never know what can happen. It ain't over till it's over.
It ain't over till it's over. And you can see the extra swings coming here out of Claire. She's got to take a few, and it's giving room for Maeve to catch up. She's only 1 bar behind, but that one swing, Claire locked it up. Managed to link her dismount off the PVC, and that's going to be it. Claire Danner, a time of 55 seconds. Maeve finishing it in a time of 1:01. Good race from these girls. It's just a few extra swings.
All right, our 1 minute rest time has begun.
It's always hard to tell, you know. Sometimes when you set for a link, you think you got it, and then you go to the end of your swing, and then you realize you don't got it. And that is a tough thing to decide in the moment.
Following that race, we'll move
Yeah, definitely. So next up, we're going to see Lola versus Claire, with Lola in the blue lane and Claire in the red lane. Following that, we're going to Skylar Awalt going against Riley Hunt, both Ninja Mania athletes, and then we're going to go from there.
Yeah, so I believe the winner of this race will determine our top 3. Whoever wins will be guaranteed 3rd place or better. They can still get 1st. And whoever gets knocked out here is going to be sitting in a 4th place finish. So we've already got our final 4.
Yeah, heading towards the end of this competition. It's going to be about how they can maintain that endurance they have, both cardio-wise, endurance-wise, finger strength-wise, even just their mental capacity to run the course this many times. It's going to come into.
Yeah, and Claire just ran, so she does have. You can see her still breathing kind of hard, but she seems pretty focused. I think she did super well last year, and that experience is going to come into play huge here. Again, height advantage, Claire. But you can see just how explosive Lola is. It's going to be a great race. And, yup, they're neck and neck, linking through the discs. And who can pull through these donuts a little bit quicker to get an early advantage? Yeah, Lola had to take an extra swing. Got a little squirrely on her slider there. But we saw Lola do some links.
Throw in the link.
That's right. Claire wanted the link. I saw it in her eyes. And that's going to be what I think we need to see if we want
Right
that
here.
44. Want that 44-second time. We're going to have to see links on the cliffhanger and links on pretty much everything. Yeah, every course is speed course. Claire keeping it close to the very end. Excellent run. She had an early advantage, but Lola was able to make it happen in the end with a couple of great cliffhanger links. And, of course, finishing with these.
Lola has the fastest time now with 45 seconds.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, we're really closing in on 44-43 right now. Do you think, is there a world where we see the sub 40?
The winner of this matchup will move on to our championship.
I'm not going to count anyone out yet because there's room for links. There's room for some more pull throughs. So, hey, I think we could see it. I think we see a 39.
I want to see it. I would love to be wrong. I would love to see something faster than even 43. But these girls could be the ones to do it. These are our two girls in the winner's bracket still, Riley and Skylar. These girls are always competing for first at tier 1s here out in the WNL. I see these girls in a lot of the competition. You can see Skylar had that great... Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, neck and neck all the way through. They're linking.
Wow.
Riley commits to the full link.
The full link.
Man, that's so tough on those small ledges. I mean, you and I are both big cliffhanger fans, but it looks like Riley might be too. Ooh, Riley was going for the slider link there on the trapeze. Oh, man.
No, we got 41.
We got the 41-second time from Riley, and she was looking for even more time. Skylar with a 45.1. Those are the two fastest times, I believe, so far. Epic race, incredible. Came down to, I think you talked about it. We said which obstacle is going to be the one that decision-making matters the most, and that is the cliffhangers, and it did happen.
Yeah, for sure. We saw Riley throw that complete link, saving so much time, and then taking a backswing on the aerial alley at the very end, but still having the fastest time. So we're going to see her in the final race. But now we got Skylar Awalt versus Lola Rukas, both having 45-second time. So this could come down to a 1 second difference.
Yeah, one thing to note, Lola is going to have a little more rest since Skylar did just run. We're going to give her a little bit of time to lock herself back in. But Riley has guaranteed herself top 2. She's either going to finish this event in first or second. And these girls are battling it out for third or better right now. So I believe, looking at the times here, Skylar had a 45.1, and we had Lola with a 45.9. So about 1 second faster coming from Skylar. I remember during Lola's run, she had to take an extra swing on the donut. So if she can clean that up, we're looking at sub 45. And I think she is absolutely one of the athletes that can lock that up and make sure that she gets a smooth transition from the ring slider.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to let those donuts hang her up again. I feel like once you make that mistake, it's hard to make that mistake twice because you know how bad you need to push it on this. It could be final race.
Yeah, you know she wants the championship. She wants to get first, so she's going to have to put it all out here. Skylar is our top seed for a reason, and Lola's going to have to push herself to her limit to keep it going, and they're doing it. The girls are neck and neck through obstacle 2, both bump linking through that
synchronized ninja is becoming a thing here.
Do you think that'll be a new format?
Yeah.
I mean, it's looking great so far. I think Lola committing to the full link.
The full link. We love to see it.
Getting this angle is so huge, though, but Lola does not hesitate, manages to make it through. No mistakes on the turbo roller. Skylar has to do something here to make it happen. But Lola, every course is a speed course, and that is a 41.9 second time.
What an incredible performance out of both the athletes. Skylar finishing a 45.1, and Lola also finishing a 41.9, meaning the last two competitors are going to be Riley Hunt versus Lola Rukas, both having times of 41. Will, I'm on the edge of my seat right now. I'm freaking out. This is going to be crazy.
Too. So, Jack, I mean, you go all around the country. You do all these competitions. World champion for the World Ninja League right now. You've won a bunch of speed courses in the youth and the NSCs. What do you do as an athlete when you are under this type of pressure on a speed course? How do you make the decisions on what to do on each obstacle?
Well, you got to really think about the circumstances of this race because right now it's either first place or second place. And it's at this point, it's like if you don't throw these links, you're going to end up in second. If you do, you can end up in first. So at this
All right,
point,
our red
if I
time
was
is
low, if
up.
I was
It's
Riley,
our
I'm
half
thinking,
at the
why
starting
wouldn't
block.
I throw the
Let's
links?
hear it
And the
for
best thing you got to think about
Riley and
is
her lane
it's all
and
about how you
Lola
hit
in
the
blue
first part of the
lane.
obstacle. Because if you hit that first part, the first cliffhanger, and you're not set in the right way, then
Hmm.
there's no reason to link it. So you have to hit everything completely perfectly, which I think is way more mental than physical. It's about how confident you are to actually do these links in competition because doing it in training and doing it in competition are two completely separate things.
Yeah, that's true. And here we go. Girls are on the starting block. They both have 41-second times. They both full length the cliffhangers. It looks like Riley got a little bit of a faster start, but Lola just makes it up so well on the board. It's incredible these athletes are able to adjust to their little differences. Oh
Oh,
no!
and Riley takes the extra swing. She's going to
She
have to
didn't.
pick it up now.
Yep, and you can see she's bumping through those donuts. She makes
Wow.
it up. She made
Oh,
it
and
up.
Lola taking the fail.
But Riley takes the extra swing, giving Lola a little bit of room to make it back through, and Lola does commit to the full link. Oh, can they get this clean? This is all it's going to come down to is the last
This
sequence
is
here.
it.
If Riley getting there a little bit
Oh,
quicker, and unfortunately, Lola, the agility got her on two different places. She did an epic job being able to shore up some differences, but that is going to lock it in. Riley Hunt is your teen female champion for the first ever head-to-head world championships. Lola, congratulations on an amazing second place run. And we've gotten third place back here. I don't know how I've already forgotten who it is here, Jackson. Can you help me out here?
I believe our third place champion is going to
Skylar.
be
It's Skylar.
Skylar Waltz. Yeah, all having amazing runs. Riley ending the competition undefeated, going. I think she won. Let's look at how many races that was.
Yeah, it's that four races in a row there, right?
I think it was
No
four
fails.
races. She went 4-0. What a great performance out of all three of these athletes. Lola just slipping up a couple of times, but right out the gate, so fast, so strong. I know we're going to see all three of these athletes later on in the World Championship. Yeah, just super great time.
Yeah, I've been really impressed, and I gotta say, I'm also gonna shout it out that I think the fastest runs in order is also your podium. So great job from all these guys. And those trophies look so cool. I wish I could get one. And there we go. Skylar coming up, getting her third place trophy. Congratulations, Skylar. Big smiles from these girls. Lola's still out of breath. No rest. You're not allowed to rest. You got to go up on that podium, Lola. Congratulations. And Riley, Radical Riley, Soccer Ninja, such a strong athlete, going all around the Northeast and just ending up in podiums on most of her competitions. She is absolutely a force to look out for. And the confetti surprise. I love seeing the looks on their faces when they hear that big.
Yeah, the only person that doesn't like the confetti is the person that has to vacuum it all up. But I'm sure the athletes love all that confetti.
Yeah, I think I saw a couple of people, grabbing some handfuls of it and just throwing it around, Enjoy your time up there in the spotlight. And that's it for our teen female division. We've got two more divisions coming up in a little bit here. We got the teen male division in about an hour, so make sure you come back, tune in. That's going to be an incredible race, a bunch of really strong athletes. And then at 2:30, the elite male division. So stick around.
Yeah,
We're going to
super
have
exciting to watch both these. The teen male division having the most athletes all of the whole day. So we're going to see so many races. It's going to be so much endurance related to how many races you can actually go. Well, I'm looking forward to commentating these with you, man. It's going to be a really good time.
That's right. That's right. So we'll see you guys all there in a little bit. Go get yourself some lunch and do a couple of pull-ups so you're ready to see and experience this whole event.